Got a mic check from you.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're on like a 20-minute time crunch, so just help me.
Woo!
What's going on, y'all? Taylor here with y'all 106.7. Today we're joined by singer, songwriter, businessman, entertainer. So many words to describe you, Mr. Walker Hayes.
Businessman.
You're a businessman.
I'm a businessman taking care of business.
There you go.
Can I get a witness?
Hey, we get songwriting credit for that.
There you go.
You're welcome.
Love it.
Well,
that's already in some rap song. But.
You're wearing your business, Duck Buck Co.
Oh, I don't know if I'm really a businessman, but yes, I do have a clothing line called Duck Buck Co. And I live in it. I actually live in these things. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's easy for me to market.
I love the camo.
Yeah, the camo is good. This is a new one. We just did the dark, and we have the light camo, and that crushed. Last year, obviously people love that's trendy. I don't know what's trendy.
Yeah.
And I don't make a lot of the decisions. I just pick my favorites, and wear them out. We have great hats, really good women's stuff, legging I've never put it on, but apparently it's a great legging with pockets. I guess girls like.
We got to try some of
that. But
those.
yeah, the Duck Buck Co. clothing line, check it out. I mean, it really is solid. And it's not. We were actually looking last night online. I was like, is this high end, or not? We're only 2 years in. It's like $55 for a hoodie, which I don't think I think my daughter buys stuff way higher than
that's great.
I've seen my credit card, bill. So yeah, I don't think 55 is crazy for something like this.
Who's the creative mind behind it? Obviously yourself. Is your daughter, your wife? Who helps you kind of get like the women's input on that?
Yeah, the women's input comes from my manager Marissa. She's very helpful. She really lives in that athleisure land, and so that's helpful. And then two young men with kind of young families, Keaton and Carter. They are the brains really behind the fabrics, that we choose, the patterns and stuff. But Duck Buck came from, remember when NFTs were like gonna be they were gonna be worth millions, Well, I had a song called Country Stuff, and so I did an NFT for each song, and one Country Stuff's NFT was a duck with antlers. I just was doodling one day, and my team was like, man, that's just you, that's your logo, And then we started doing hats and stuff and merch. And then we were like, hey, man, let's take this up a notch. This just looks good. That logo and the brand, let's do it. So I'm super proud of it. It's something we're going to continue. My kids are very helpful. They're very like, I don't love this hat, Dad. So
they'll be honest.
Yeah, they are. They're great feedback. And Keaton and Carter do a wonderful job of trying items and accepting that these failed and these succeeded, so let's go this way. So we are growing rapidly. We had a really good year last year.
I saw the whole fam sporting it in your video.
They
Looks
live
great.
in it. Yeah, Lainey. It's funny. I did not go to church Sunday, but she did, and I saw her in like jeans and a sweater, and she might as well have been ready for the Grammy Award because I'm just for the last 2 months. It's the same. It's a Duck Buck sweatsuit every single day. Yeah, that's her uniform for sure.
Well, other business ventures, I know we can't quite announce it just yet, but you have an NA beer.
We do, yeah. I partner with Athletic, non-alcoholic brewery, and they're insane. I really, that partnership started maybe 4 years ago because I think I had one of their non-alcoholic beers, and I just said, God, I love this stuff, and we connected in the DMs, and that was kind of a passionate space for me. I'm 10 years sober, and I just was blown away. I could not tell it was non-alcoholic beer, and it was just so tasty, and I said, y'all can we collab? Can we make one? Together, and they were so kind to allow me to, and so we have one called Fancy Like. They crushed the packaging, the branding, the flavor is very nostalgic. I mean, it's just a pale classic lager. It's like the first beer you ever drank in high school is what it tastes like, and even though you're not supposed to do that, everybody, but maybe you did like me, but. It's delicious, and they do 10,000 cases a year. This is our third year. I'm encouraging them to grow, and do more and more. But I think that will come in time. But the response has been amazing, and I personally crushed them. I mean, on the boat, summer, they just go well with summer, bonfires, friends, family. It's good.
Shoot, when I was pregnant last summer, I lived on
that's
NA
great.
beers.
There you go.
It was my
all
go-to.
the pregnant people go stock up.
Especially
I didn't
crawfish
even think
season.
of that.
I gotta have my beer with my crawfish.
I love you said that. There's some meals where you just go, dude, a cold beer in a can. I got to have it. Yeah.
Pregnant women, that's your market.
That's crazy.
You got to do it.
There you go. I am missing an entire demographic.
You are. I bet that process was fun though, like taste testing and just bringing it to life.
It was humbling too. You think, oh, I'm a knowledgeable, worthy taste tester. I think one time they sent us 2 6-packs. One was labeled A and B, and me and a co-writer that day, we were so excited, and we just ripped through each of them, pouring them in cups, taking sips, and we got on a Zoom, and I said, I think B's the one, and they said they're all the same.
Nuh-uh.
They did, and they explained to me, taste buds are funny. Like the first one you take, you can't go back to. It's kind of like hearing a song. That first listen. I mean, it'll always mean something to you, and you'll probably be reminded of that first listen, but you can't go back. I can't go back to the first day I heard Green Day, forget about, I hope you had the time. Like, even just singing that, I'm like, dude, I'm in dude's room. I remember him being like, I got this record. But that's kind of how your taste buds are, or then you eat a French fry, and you mess it up. But yeah, we were sure. We were like, B is the one. You did it. You crushed it on B, and they were like, they're all the same.
Joke's on you.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah.
Well, that sounds great. Can't wait to try it.
Yeah.
Congrats.
I'll send you a little bit. Are you gonna stay on the NA train now, or are you gonna go off the just party time?
We'll see. It's still too early to tell.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Fancy Like Segway, can't imagine where that name came from. Why you decided to name it that?
Yeah, I know.
There's a little
out
song.
of the sky. I saw it on a Buc-ee's t-shirt.
Yeah, that song. I mean, just skyrocketed.
It did.
Crazy.
It did.
You and your daughter dancing on TikTok.
It was all her fault.
You couldn't open your phone without hearing or seeing that song.
That was wild. That was crazy. It was truly, for just a dad, just singer-songwriter guy who'd been doing it a really long time. It's still not lost on me how odd that was. I mean, for a week or two, we thought we had like broken the internet somehow in some weird way.
No,
it just was unfathomable that of all the songs, that I've written and tried to get cut by other artists or sung myself, it was truly astonishing to watch one be devoured and absorbed like that and duplicated. And I don't know, it just was that was the, for any creator, it's really cool that I got to taste that, to see everybody go, I love this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it with my daughter. I'm going to do it with my friends. Saw it on talk show, I think I turned on Fallon one night, and Amy Adams, who's an actress that I'm like, you're Amy Adams, you're in all these movies, and you and your kids are doing the whipped cream part of the, it's pretty surreal and indescribable, honestly, what happened there. And now I'm trying to do it again, and I'm like, how do you do that again?
Hey, you're just getting started. But what's great about your music is it connects all ages. You have grown men and women dancing to it. I have my 9-year-old nephew.
That was cool.
Teenagers. So it's just cool. It appeals to so many people.
That is again, wish I could say I did it on purpose, but there were like nursing home Pilates classes that would make you cry. Bouncing on the ball to Fancy Like. And then, there were infants, being rocked with their dad, to Fancy Like. And that was a phenomenal aspect of that song.
You got some dance moves.
I'm getting better, I'm confident in my dance moves. I always was, my daughter and I, over COVID, I started doing those dances with her just because it was something I could do. With my sons, I can throw a ball or we can play a video game and we'll get to talking, And with my daughter, I find like conversations with each of my kids about certain things can be difficult. And Leela and I we just bonded dancing. She's better than me, but she liked instructing me, and so she still does. I mean, we did one to a Bruno Mars song, the other day, and we did it all day, just spent all day together learning it. But I really do. She's the one who said, "Dad, Fancy Like needs a dance," and a day later, everybody knew who we were in Chick-fil-A, and I was like, "Look what you did!"
Atta girl.
Yeah, it's she's had an interesting. I think she's just had an interesting lesson in, look what you can do in this life. Why not dance? Yeah. You never know what's going to happen. And she's just seen that kind of the power of joy infectious.
Isn't that special to share that together?
Oh gosh, we're gonna hopefully I'm walking around on a walker and I'm like, remember when we did the.
You'll be in the nursing home Pilates.
Yeah, I will. I'll be there. I'll be like, Leela, will you come join my Pilates class with your
you're
kids?
Keeping it up, paying for it. Levi's my buddy. That was a cool song that y'all did together.
Man, that was his idea. He Levi's awesome, and I told him, I said, if you don't cut this song, I'm putting it out. I mean, I love paying for it, and I love Levi. He's a great guy, great songwriter. He came out and opened with us for a while, and I live for relationships like that, just watching creative people find their lane. And that song was kind of a moment for him, it was big. It was good for him. I mean, he'll have way bigger in the future. I know he will, but I was grateful he brought that idea in. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about your new music.
Let's do it.
17 Problems.
Yeah.
I love it because it's so diverse.
Yeah.
You have some funny songs. You have some really heartfelt songs.
Yeah.
Jesus, My Dad, Johnny Cash. One that I thought was hilarious. Mayonnaise.
Man, dude.
Your
I'm gonna call
wordplay.
him mayonnaise. Yeah.
Your wordplay is great.
Well, you're kind.
Like mayonnaise and then Adderall. It's not what you think the song's going to be about. The way that you put a spin on words.
Yeah. Yeah, that's still my you're really kind, and unfortunately that doesn't that's difficult. That's difficult in this business. Most people have a thing, or there's a one dimension to a record, which is very palatable. If you love one song, you probably go to the album and go, can I get some more like that? And 17 Problems isn't like that. If you like Adderall, there's not another especially mayonnaise. If you're like, oh, I gotta see what this mayonnaise guy does, and then you go to that album and then you hear Song for My Son, you're probably like, wait, did I shuffle here? But that's truly, I think that's the songwriter in me, is if I were to send you 5 songs that I wrote this week, I promise you the Monday one has nothing to do with Friday. I mean, I've moved on and I'm in a different mood. Maybe Monday I was daunted by, am I raising my sons right? And then Thursday I'm thinking about, man, there's something wrong with it. Oh, that sounds funny. I grew up saying that. Let's write a lighthearted roller skating song, and so that definitely, my music is a little schizophrenic, if you will. It's just like, and I'm grateful that my team allowed us to have a project with not necessarily I don't know what the common thread is, I think maybe you could listen to that song and go, I think that dude's in his 40s. I think this is a midlife crisis album, because there's a lot of that, the Jesus, My Dad, and Johnny Cash. There's a lot of how do you raise your kids, how do you lose your dad stuff. So it's at this bend in life's road, but you're kind. I'm really proud of 17 Problems. I love that song, 17-year-old Problems. I think that's one of my best, kind of by myself. It's fun as a writer to go, oh, I'm improving, over the years, like a golfer. You probably never stop getting better and more, your mind being good at the game. And I feel like one fun challenge of writing is it's liquid. You're never done learning how to write. And a lot of people say everything's been written, and I'm like, well, mayonnaise had never been written. You know what I mean? So in your face, whoever y'all are that say that. I love the challenge that you'll find. It's like parenting. It's like, you go on a date and you're like, dude, how do we fix our kid? We broke him. We let him be on devices too long. And then you try to fix that, and then you're back at date night the next, and you're like, well, we fixed this, but we broke this. How do we fix it? And that's fun. What would you do if you didn't have stuff to fix?
Yeah. I think that's what's special, though, about your music. I think it's just so uniquely for you. There's wisdom in your voice. You have storytelling, but then there's an adolescence there. You have fun in your music.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just very well-rounded.
Well, thank you.
It all tells a story, every single song.
So
every
definitely story-driven.
Yeah.
Yes. I love I grew up with story songs, 3 Wooden Crosses, Cats in the Cradle. I will never tire, even if it's not like trendy, I'm still probably going to tell you a story, in a song. So I love that.
You touched on a good song, 3 Wooden Crosses.
Yeah.
What are some more maybe 80s or 90s country songs that you had an impact on your life that you remember listening to? Because that's mostly what we play here at y'all. So we'd love to hear how that influenced the artists of today.
Growing up, I was just a big hit guy, just top 40 jukebox type of guy. Waffle House. Had a jukebox, and my dad was like 80 feet tall, and I would reach in his pocket and grab a quarter. And but yeah, I would think, we did a lot of Keith Whitley was a big, the Makeout song was his version of When You Say Nothing at All. Yeah, it was a massive song. And then the Alison Krauss version came out. Was that 90s too?
I think it was early.
Maybe late 90s?
Yeah.
I was a big Dixie Chicks person too. The Chicks now, I guess. Chicks. And I'm trying to think some other big John, Life's a Dance, you learn as you go. That I was a big lesson song guy. The other day I was thinking about how remember Lone Star and songs like there's a carrot top that can barely walk with a sippy cup of milk. And I just remember being like, I'm in 8th grade. I don't have a wife. I don't have a kid. But this makes me want one. Yeah. And there were a lot of songs like that where, I find myself writing and going, the youth aren't going to be able to relate with it. Do I got to put my kids in the song? Is that not cool? But then I remember as a kid, Don't Take the Girl. That was that song reached out and pulled me into country lyrics. It was that song. And because honestly, I made fun of country. My mom listened to country, and she wore leg warmers and did like sweating to the oldies exercises. So I wasn't like, whatever Barbara likes, that's what I'm gonna dive in. She was like, don't you like this Watermelon Cross song? And I was like, I wouldn't let myself, out of just too coolness. But that Don't Take the Girls, song, honestly, it really gives me hope. And yeah, I'm not comparing myself to Tim McGraw, but on that same album was I'm an Indian outlaw, half Cherokee, and you're like, whoa, dude. 1 minute you're getting mugged, saving the girl with your watch, and I'm crying over here, and Johnny's daddy's taking him fishing, and then over here, is this even like allowed? Like, are you an actual Indian? Is this okay? A Cherokee and Choctaw? Are we at summer camp right now? Like, but you know what I'm saying? Like the diversity and the beauty and just the feel, and like I was an achy breaky guy, unashamedly. I mean, I was like, windows down, just let's go. So yeah, I mean, and then there were deep cuts. My wife really got me into like, she introduced me to Conway Twitty.
Oh yeah,
my favorite. That's my job.
She's got good taste.
Yeah, and who was the I wish I could have been there for that. Little Johnny hit his first home run. He was, his voice was like naturally compressed. It sounded like he was around the hometown crowd.
There for that.
Anderson, John Anderson.
John Anderson.
Oh yeah, love that dude. But yeah, I just. Again,
those are all good songs.
Yeah,
great.
Garth, obviously, Sammy Kershaw. I don't mean her, the queen of my double wide trailer. Like, I don't know. It just, even those songs, I see these like outskirts of Mobile cookie cutter houses with our square body blazers, and just, it's a lot of times I wonder if like the music you listen to as a kid is really that good, or you're just at a point in life where when you eat an apple, you just taste it and you feel the heat of the sun and the juices hit your, what I mean? It's just, you're alive, you're just, there's this youthful, your emotions are high. And so when you turn on a song and it's, and then thunder rolls, you're just like, you're overstimulated. You're just, and but yeah, that 90s country once that Tim McGraw, song pulled me in, I mean, I was gone, man. I mean, I was deep into those lyrics.
You just named half our library.
Oh, there you go.
We gotta go. And I love your versions of it. We might need a new rendition of all these.
You guys,
a cover
I'm
album.
speaking to the artists, y'all. If you want to do a remix, let's go.
Let's do it.
Featuring Walker.
Yeah. Now, I know we're almost out of time here. So you are a very pro dad. What do you have? 6 kids?
6 kids. Yeah.
6 kids. I'm a new mom. We were just talking about that. So I need you to hit me with some dad advice. Maybe what are you telling your teenagers? Something you might have would have told your younger self. What wisdom can you lay on me?
I would say just the cliche. I mean, it's you could say it a billion different ways, and honestly, I write it, once a month. But life is brief. I don't think we, as humans in our small minds and hearts, can fathom how fast it just all goes. But I will tell you that a kid is probably the closest thing to like a clock that God has given me to show me it just goes by fast, just waking up. I got a 20-year-old daughter that I visited at work last week, and I swear to you, I can still smell baby her, just the way you hold and the laundry in the hospital and just and it just, there's no, if I'd literally held her little finger from then till now, it was so great it wouldn't have been enough. I still would be like, I wish I had some more time. And I think God gives us family to enjoy, so I think I would just urge you to prioritize doing nothing, but just staring at your kid, sometimes. Because I'd say that all the time. Like, if I was going to die tomorrow, I'd probably just take all my kids and my wife to the closet and go, y'all want to just like play sorry and drink hot chocolate today and just look at each other. Yeah, And I know that's so much easier said than done, because there's so many stresses staring at you in the ceiling fan, and dreams you want to chase, and bills we need to pay, and dots and all that stuff. But I would just savor, just soak up every dirty diaper every night you're awake at 3 a.m. rocking her, and just enjoy it, because before you know it, you'll be looking at phone pictures and you'll be like, why am I crying? Like, why is it hurt?
You're already gonna make me cry today.
I'm telling
just
you,
thinking about it.
There's no way. It's why a song about it works every 6 months. Yeah. I'm telling you, kids, they're just such a blessing, They're such a blessing. And I think all of us as adults, if we would, in retrospect, go, hey, what did you need most from your parents? You didn't need shoes. You didn't need, hey, way to go on the sideline. You just needed to hang with them. My dad's gone, and I just think about riding around with him on a Saturday going, man, I'm so glad I got to ride around with my dad on a Saturday. He didn't need to say anything smart. He didn't need to like pat me on the back. He chose me that day. He put me in the shotgun seat and said, I'm taking Walker to work today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That makes me a better 46-year-old, and he didn't even know it. He was probably like, I got to take him. You know what I mean? It was like one of those things. But yeah, just every moment, give gratitude to God that you got it, because you won't always.
Very well said.
There you go.
Perfectly put. I'm going to go home and just snuggle my daughter a little bit longer today because you said that. So that's great. So looking at 2026, what can we look forward to for the rest of the year? Shoot,
it's a pretty slow show year, which is kind of nice. We just finished a house, so I'm going to enjoy that. I write every day, and that's fun. I haven't been able to do that for the last 3 or 4 years because I don't really write well on the road. I have some outside cut interest happening, which is so fun for me, man, to talk to some of my peers and go, you want a lyric on that? Like you might think about putting that on your record. That's crazy. And then other than that, just again, what I just told you about, being a dad, I'm furiously fighting to do that in my own life. To be present with my kids and not be thinking of the next song I'm gonna write or the next show I gotta do. Just to look them in the eye at their ages and their phases. So that's it. I mean, there will always be new music. There will always be fun content. My family is 100% involved with my content.
Oh, amazing.
I come home and I literally go, guys, I need a post for relevance. What are we gonna do?
That's
and then
great.
If it's a trick shot or a dance, that's just kind of a fun thing we do together. So.
Y'all need a TV show.
I know. We thought about that. That sounds fun, and then I'm like, I don't know many families that stay together. Usually they do a show and they get rich, but they blow up. And I'm like, right. I don't know. I feel like what I have is pretty precious, so I want to be careful with that. And but yeah, the beer will come out any minute. New music will come out. I'm actually off of my record label in April, so that's kind of a like, what am I going to do? I can do anything.
It's the fun part.
So what do you do?
Right.
Yeah.
Anything.
So,
the world is your oyster.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm just a pearl in it.
Yeah. And here's to being present.
There we go. That's what I'm going to do.
Cheers.
I'm going to try to just be present.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. It's been so fun.
Hey, what's your daughter's name?
Lena Lee.
Lena Lee.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a country
family
song.
name. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I have a Leela.
There you go.
Yeah. I love Lena. That's good. How do you spell it?
Lena and then Lee. Lee's my middle name, my grandma's, and then Lena was my other grandmother. So just brought them together.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, yeah. Enjoy Lena.
Thank you.
Lena Lee.
Walker Hayes, everybody.